WECT investigates. A Pender County Commissioner's nonprofit is now the subject of 2 state reviews. The State Justice Department and the Auditor's Office are looking into allegations against a nonprofit run by Commissioner Jimmy Tate. WECT investigative reporter Connor Smith has spent weeks digging into this. Connor, you have copies of the complaints filed with the state. What did you learn?
Yeah, the complaints allege fraud and corruption inside the Mount Calvary Center for Leadership Development. Tate and Mount Calvary's attorney call them politically motivated allegations. Now 2 state agencies will determine what happens next. Alleged Medicaid fraud, extortion, and misuse of taxpayer funds, all involving a nonprofit headed by a Pender County commissioner. Those allegations detailed in a 9-page complaint sent to the North Carolina Department of Justice last month.
We just want to see the truth. We want to know that there's integrity and transparency in our elected officials.
Kim McGahey is an at-large member of the Pender County GOP Executive Committee. He filed these initial and amended complaints, saying he's trying to hold Commissioner Jimmy Tate accountable.
We're not trying to crucify a political opponent. It's not about that. This is just about ethical behavior while in office. And if he comes up with a clean bill of health, more power to him, and I hope he does.
Tate is the president of the Mount Calvary Center for Leadership Development, a nonprofit that runs leadership programs and youth events across the region. State data shows the organization has received more than $1.8 million in state grants since 2023. McGahey's complaints allege those taxpayer funds have been misused. Mount Calvary's most recent IRS filing shows more than $1 million going to salaries and employee benefits. Tate reported a salary of more than $180,000 while working an average of 25 hours a week. By comparison, less than $44,000 went to program activities, supplies, printing, and youth trips.
I think the county deserves better than that.
The complaints also allege billing Medicaid for services never provided, employees using taxpayer funds for political campaigns, rent embezzlement, and Tate using his county position for personal gain. Tate declined an on-camera interview. Mount Calvary's attorney provided this statement, quote, "The allegations in the complaint are false and they are easily dismissed. Mount Calvary looks forward to continuing its positive work serving the community, and it will not be distracted by meritless, politically motivated allegations." North Carolina Attorney General Jeff Jackson's office confirmed it is reviewing McGahey's complaint and has forwarded it to Mount Calvary for a response. At the same time, the state auditor's office is reviewing similar allegations against Mount Calvary. Fellow Commissioner Randy Burton sent the office a formal request for an investigation. An investigator responded by email on June 12th saying, quote, "The OSA will review the information and take appropriate action." Burton declined an interview. In a statement, he says the allegations raise massive red flags.
If these investigations expose shortcomings in Tate's morality or his behavior or his character, then I don't think he should be in office. I don't care what party he's in.
Mount Calvary is preparing a formal response to the State Justice Department. For now, the allegations are in the state's hands. Jimmy Tate and Mount Calvary's attorney both declined on-camera interviews for this story, but Tate did send a statement today specifically responding to allegations from Randy Burton, who lost his primary race earlier this year. That statement reads, quote, "In my opinion, this is a personal and politically motivated vendetta by individuals who blame me for losing the election and are willing to do anything to hinder the important work that Mount Calvary Center does every day serving our communities," end quote. Fran?
Connor, what was McGahey's response when you asked why he filed the complaints now?
Yeah, he says voters should know everything about the candidates on the ballot before the election happens, but still, he maintains this is not politically motivated. Remember, Tate is up for re-election this November, but he won't have a Democratic challenger after winning the Republican primary.
All right, let us know what else you find out, Connor. Thanks.